Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
We table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the fact and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you are denying funny face.
It's not my brother.
You are denying funny face.
I don't know him.
You don't know funny face.
It's not my brother.
You don't know funny face.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Benefo Huabin Abrantepa, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
Hello there. So on the 27th of November 2021, we would be hitting the streets of Accra for the GhanaWeb Road Safety Walk. Come join us as we interact with drivers and create more awareness about road safety in the country. Our convergence point is at the Presec Legon, and we would end at Delish Restaurant in East Legon. Don't worry, food and drinks will be sorted. Come, don't miss this worthy cause. My name is Na Oyokwote, host for Bistec on GhanaWeb TV.
The GhanaWeb Road Safety Walk is proudly sponsored by Somoko Ghana Limited, Verna Mineral Water and Delish Restaurant. Crime and its related activities continue to be among any country's biggest concerns, and the case of Ghana is no different. Available statistics say that as of June 2021, Ghana achieved a crime index of 46.98, meaning that at the said date, crime in Ghana was considered as being on a moderate level. In 2019, however, the level of crime is said to have peaked. Despite these statistics, there continues to be reported cases of crime that have led to loss of properties and deaths across the country. Daylight robbery has become a major cause for concern in recent times, with mobile money vendors and shop operators being major victims. Robberies in traffic used to be a thing people only complain about as being rampant at night, but the stories have changed. In the month of September alone, and in the space of 1 week, there were some 4 major robberies recorded in Accra, as they were reported by major news portals in the country. On September 20, 2021, a robbery syndicate tailed a woman from a bank in Abeka in Accra and robbed her of an estimated amount of 29,000 Ghana cedis. 3 days after, another robbery of similar fashion happened at Kwashiman, where a man was shot in a daylight robbery operation close to a Bank of Africa branch. At Sampa Valley near Wager Barrier on Friday, September 24, 2021, 4 robbers on 2 different motorbikes carried out another successful robbery, and there were many others. But one thing all these cases have in common is that the perpetrators of these crimes move around on motorbikes, making it easier for them to escape. In this GhanaWeb special, we zero in on crime. Media personality Bridget Otu recounts how 2 men robbed her shop some weeks ago.
So the incident happened around 9 a.m. I was at the main shop, so I have 2 shops. I was at the main shop and an unknown number called me. I picked up, then I could hear. In fact, to be very honest, I didn't even realize it was my shop attendant who was calling me. And she was screaming, crying, "Madam." But when I heard money, I knew, okay, that's Doris. So crying, "Madam, save me, Madam, Omuji Tuo," things like that. So I was a bit like, hey, I just said, "Doris, calm down." Fortunately, there was a mason I work with in the shop, so I just told him to run to the other shop, that something is happening there, while I was on the phone with her. Then a friend who was also there to buy, I asked him to move his car so that if anything at all, he can bring her to the other shop. So so they moved there, and then they brought her to the shop. It was when she came in that she told me that the entire story, that 2 guys were on a bike. In fact, they had passed the shop, but then they turned and came back. And when they came back, she had her head on the table. She was reading. So she got up, she thought they were coming to buy cement. She walked up and the guy showed her the gun, that she shouldn't scream. And that is because there's a neighboring shop. They also sell cement and rent wheelbarrows and tile cement and all that. So she kept quiet and the guy ransacked her and got 500 cedis. And then he took the mobile phone and then they told her to sleep again. So she slept. Then when they moved out, they were going to the next shop. And the neighboring shop had seen what was going on. I think he had suspected that maybe like what's happening in Bridget's shop. So he was ready for them. So Gomez charged on the other attacker when they ran up to him and said, like, then what does he have? And he tried to fight them. I think the second guy also had a gun. So when he saw the second gun, so at this moment they were shooting, by the way. So when she saw the second gun, then he ran. So he also ran. It was at that point that my girl also started running. And I think she was asked to go and hide in some block factory around. Yeah, so she told us, she told me her side. So I called Gomez. At the time I called him, that's my neighbor's shop. He didn't pick up. But second time he picked up and he told me this is what had happened. And in fact, even though he ran away, he went to get somebody else to chase the guys and see if they would find them. And they never found them. So yeah, police came, I think, met them first. We hadn't gone there because when it happened, I told them to close the shop. So we closed the shop.
Another victim of daylight robbery, a videographer at GhanaWeb tells us how a young man threatened him and his boat driver with a knife while in traffic.
I was supposed to go and cover an assignment, but it was postponed. So on the boat driver I took to the place, because the program was cancelled, I told him to bring me back to the office. So we used the Tigo office stretch through Asylum down psychiatric hospital.
You're talking about the Tigo head office?
The Tigo head office.
Okay.
So from there we get to the SU Towers traffic light. I think the light was on red. The traffic light was on red. So we were there. Most of the time when I'm in boat, I like chatting with the drivers a lot. So I was chatting with the driver. All of a sudden, I saw this guy who just pounced on me and said, "Boss, I'm in for your phone."
You were still in the car?
Yeah. "I'm in for your phone." At that time, I was trying to roll the glass up, but he was trying to pressing it down and forcing himself into the car.
You were trying to roll up the glass? That means the gentleman's hand was in the car. Okay, so we just need to let our viewers understand that this area Richard is talking about is just the intersection in front of the Electoral Commission headquarters, and that is supposed to be like a security zone. There are a lot of policemen and armored vehicles around and all of that. Okay. So his hand was in the car?
Yeah. And there was another car parked
to your side?
To our side. So if you are in the other car, you think the guy is trying to beg for money. Your mind will never go there, because the way he has positioned himself, seriously, you don't know something is going on.
So he just looked like someone who was
begging. Yeah. So he said, I came in for your phone, but all of a sudden, boss, I don't need it. I need money. I like you. I really like you. That's what the guy was saying. I really like you. I don't want to do anything bad to you. So from that time, I thought it's like somebody who needs money. So I took it cool. I said, "Oh, boat driver, if you have something on you, we kindly give it to the guy. When we get to the office, I'll give it to you back." So the boat driver took 1 cedi and gave it to the guy, and the guy like 1 Ghana cedi. And it's like, "Whoa, bro, you are giving street boy 1 Ghana cedi. Listen, let me tell you, boss, I like you. I like you. I don't want to do anything bad to you. I'm with my guys. I'm an armed robber. I came in for your phone."
He started confessing?
Yes, he started confessing. And I was like, whoa. All of a sudden, he put his hand into some small bag he has and brought out a dagger.
Oh.
I said, wow.
So all along, he was not holding anything?
Anything.
So he had just come like a beggar, normal beggar, and then he was trying to pick your phone. Yeah. He actually asked for it.
Yeah. From that day, I look at the driver. The driver wanted to move the car. But the way he has positioned the knife, if we try anything, maybe something will happen.
Where was the knife pointed at on your body? Where?
I think.
Where had he directed the knife at?
I think from my chest up to my neck level. So I was like, whoa. We can't move because cars from Kanda
yes,
going through Ridge, it's the light was green. So they were moving. So we can't try to move. The moment we try to move, it will turn to other, maybe another car will hit us. So it's like we are there. We are calm. We are calm. We are from that side. From that side, the boat driver started to beg also. Boss, we don't have anything. We don't have anything.
All this time, the guy's dagger was still
on me,
on you.
Yeah.
And he had already, the driver had already given the
robber. He wasn't taking the 1 cedi.
He didn't take it at
No,
all.
He didn't take it. So it's like, boss, we beg you. I said, boss, calm down. I like you. I don't want to harm you.
This is the armed robber still talking to you.
I like you. I like you. I don't want to do anything bad to you. I said, give your boy something so that I'll leave. Okay, boss, we don't have. Don't worry. Take this. I promise you. If I have, I will give. I don't have. It's like, boss, I like you. I like you. And he took the money.
That's the 1 CD?
The 1 CD.
Eventually took the
1 CD. He took it and we turned and we did not see the guy.
The Ghana Police Service has assured citizens it is doing everything possible to put an end to crime in the country. The Acting Director General of the Public Affairs Department, ACP Kwesi Ofori, tells us how the service intends to achieve this.
Following the 2 or 3 broad daylight robberies, the police quickly revised its strategy in confronting these menace. By so doing, the Accra and Tema Regional Police Commanders, including their divisional commanders, were summoned to the police headquarters by the Acting Inspector General of Police. We brainstormed, to bring our new strategies, which ran into late night. And I can assure you that the deployment made in the city, for now, have been able to stop this menace. In addition, also, intelligence-led operation has zeroed in on some of them, and they are presently incapacitated in terms of operating violently on our streets. Therefore, the measures put in place are very effective and were directed, targeted at those criminals. So as I speak to you, you might see a lot of police personnel intercessions, joints, and throughout the city. We have the static, foot patrols, and vehicular, supported by intelligence-led operations. So far, so good for us, not only in Accra and its outlying areas. We've also deployed heavily in the Bono East, Bono, and the Northern Corridor, where our special anti-robbery operations are going on. For instance, in the Bono East, we've been able to dismantle that network for now, and some been arrested and sent to court. And therefore, we've intensified our operations. And the Northern Corridor, that is the Savannah, Northern Region, Upper East, Upper West, all those areas in the Northeast are dear to the heart of the police administration, and we'll do whatever it takes to make sure that we clean those corridors in terms of criminal activities. And as I speak to you, even in the Afram place, recently the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Kufu-Dampare, visited Afram Plains and its outlying areas. And as you know, it is a huge, food production area. And armed robbers are used to attack market women. Now we put stringent measures in place, snap checkpoints, patrols, and also the administration assess the operational capabilities and abilities of those areas. More resources are being pumped into the area, to make sure that the police are well established, so that police authority prevails. And so far, we've seen massive reduction in those robberies, where now market women go to and fro without let or hindrance. One thing is we've also trained our personnel purposely to deal with that kind of people using motorbikes to rob or steal. And we have the rovers. You might have noticed new bikes on the streets. And they are called rovers. It's a motorbike assault team. And that assault team has capabilities to stop them. And they have all it takes, to stop violent crime. And the number, the motorbike have been increased by even 40% now on our streets. And they are assisting in these well-coordinated operations under the Director General Police Operations. Let me use this opportunity to assure Ghanaians that the police will do whatever it takes to make sure that their safety is guaranteed. We are doing everything possible in all the 16 political regions of this country to make sure that peace and security thrives all day throughout. In spite of our limitations, challenges, and what have you, the police administration is so concerned and is deploying and directing affairs in a well-coordinated manner to make sure that miscreants, criminals, are put behind bars. And ever since Inspector General of Police assumed office, we've seen greatly a paradigm shift with aggressiveness in combating violent crimes like robbery, among others. And we'll continue to do so. So far, for the last 2 weeks or so, the country has been very calm, no serious recorded robbery. But let me also use this opportunity to advise members of the public that people should be very careful about their personal security, workplace security, among others. When you deal with cash, you should put stringent security measures in place. Like we always say, like those doing the mum, look by the roadside under trees, on bicycles, in communities. Amen. People display money, sitting and doing all this kind of thing. I believe the telcos also should have a second look, about making sure that they operate from safer grounds, safer stores and so forth than what we see. And I believe you can go around, you can see even under trees and so forth. And it is not safe for people to be transacting money business, that way. But nevertheless, police, we are so determined to make sure that we protect all, and we will continue to do so, marshalling our strength, putting our resources at the doorsteps and services at the doorsteps of our people.
A security analyst, Adam Bona, is of the view that people need to take their personal security seriously.
Streetism, these young people on our street and street hawking, because then you actually don't know who is a hawker, you don't know who is a beggar, and you don't know who is a criminal. If we can reduce street hawking, if we can reduce street begging, and we can reduce, all these people who are on the streets doing one thing or the other, which our law doesn't permit. This incident of robbing people on our, major intersections will be a thing of the past. But I know that the police is reinforcing, is putting more people at various checkpoints to ensure these things don't happen. I want to also urge that a lot more resources should be given to the police, motorbikes, because most of these guys who are committing these crimes are using motorbikes because it is easy to get away. But if you are using a vehicle, how do you chase a motorbike? You could use a walk path and you cannot go on there. And so, apart from that, we should be alert. And citizens, don't roll your glass down if you feel you are not safe. It's difficult if using a vehicle that have air conditioning. Sometimes petrol is expensive or fuel is expensive. So most people it's not everybody who also likes air conditioning anyway. But we should be alert. Most cars are now centrally operated. You can lock the doors by your side, and as much as possible, let your glass be up when you are getting to traffic stops. That way, it becomes difficult for criminals to see you as a sitting duck. So these are things that I think we would have to do as a country to reduce the incidence of violent crimes.
It is now the hope that with the assurances coming in from the Ghana Police Service and with advice from security analysts like Adam Bona, you and I will stay safe out there. This has been a GhanaWeb special with me, Eche Atisu. Remember, there is news for you at www.ghanaweb.com.
A dick pic is like like my face.
Damn.
Like
when it's not working, it's not that attractive. So
okay.
I mean, when you get a picture of it, it's a bit like.
Regardless of your sex or gender or sexuality, everybody loves boobs. Men, women, all the things in between. Everyone loves boobs. Dicks, not so much.
And you always seem to open it at the wrong time when, you know, somebody just walks up on you like, oh, you know.
You'd wake up in the morning and, you know, you used to get MTN messages, but now you wake up, you open your Snapchat, boobs, and then you see the little red and purple, right, icon, and you just smile like, you know what's coming. You know, you open it and you just smile, you see a perfect set of boobs.
As women, it has to be part of you. If you're sitting right. If you're, you know, you don't just be like, yeah, what up? Like, I'm seeing girls now.
If your nudes are to ever get leaked, if it's terrible, it's a leak.
That's it.
If it's nice, it's a wallpaper.
So do you know how long the company has been in existence? 22 years?
No, I didn't. It's when you reached out to us and mentioned that you're 22 years, and I think that's shocking. I've followed, GhanaWeb for quite a while, more than a decade, but I wouldn't have pegged you guys for having been in existence for more than 2 decades, and I think that's really positive for you guys. You've served the nation really well with the kind of contents that you've delivered to your readers over the past years, and I think that it's been a pleasure, having worked with you. For me at Soccerbet, and for every other reader out there, I'm sure they'll be really pleased to know that you've been in existence for 22 years. We want to, from here at Soccerbet, what we want to say to you at GhanaWeb, to your management, to your staff, is congratulations for this particular feat. It's been an amazing journey, I'm sure, and I want to wish you all the best going forward for the years to come. Everything that you do, may it work well for you. May you go beyond your boundaries and continue to serve the entire populace.
The Milani Farms is located at Akweti Junction, which is about 1 hour 30 minutes drive from Accra.
Hi guys, we are back again, Charlie. If today is your first time on my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe, like and share. So guys, I'm currently at this beautiful plantation, pineapple plantation, and I'm here with Seydou. Say hi.
Hi.
So Seydou is here with me, and Seydou is going to take us around the farm and take us to all the process and technique used here at the pineapple farm. So hi Seydou.
Hi Stella.
We've already met, but yeah, this is your first time meeting him. Yeah. So we are currently at the first part. So let's see how it goes.
Virtually these plants were planted in April up to August. So virtually they are some 5-6 months old. This field is about 180 acres fully planted, and then we are expected to start harvesting it from next year June.
Next year June?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's when we are starting to. So they are in their various stages of growth. Herbicide has been applied just some 2 weeks ago, so you can see the weeds turning brownish and dying, leaving the pineapple.
What is the first stage, like the first stage in pineapple production?
The first stage, yeah, it depends. I mean, you can start either from the land preparation or the seed production, but logically you should start from the land preparation. Yeah, I mean, you need to clear the vegetation if there is vegetation on the field. You bring with the help of your machinery, either a bulldozer, a payloader, to clear the vegetation. Then you have to do your plowing, you have to do your subsoiling, you have to do your harrowing, and then you cut your ridges, which they are very important. So we'll get to know these implements I'm mentioning. We have them at the site of land preparation. So after the land preparation, you cut your ridges, you do your cleaning. If you have to put plastic mulch to control the weeds and conserve moisture, you do. If you don't want to plant on plastic, you also do. So virtually we've adopted since 2 years now the no plastic approach. So you can see all our plants are on backgrounds, they are not
on plastic.
People doubt if they could do well, but we've studied so much, and then we think they are doing very well, even though the yield has been down by some 5 tons per hectare, but they are doing quite well, and then we are reducing plastic pollution.
We are currently at one part of the farm. Where are we now?
So this is the seed production unit.
Okay.
We call it seed, but the actual or the technical name is the sucker.
Okay.
Pineapple can be propagated by the suckers, the slips, either tissue culture or the crowns.
Okay.
But here we prefer using the suckers because the suckers have higher or faster growth rate compared to the crowns and the slips and the tissue culture.
So why have you turned it upside down?
So you have to turn it upside down because when they are harvested, there might be some pathogens at the base of the plant that you have to turn it between 24 hours to 48 hours for the solar radiation to sterilize the root zone of the plant before planting.
So you are giving us some big terms. So, well, how will a layman like me understand?
No, you see, you know the solar radiation or the sunlight is a good sterilizer.
Okay.
So when you expose these pathogens, soil-borne pathogens, they cannot stand the heat of the sun. So they are sterilized. Then you minimize the use of chemicals to control these pathogens when the plant is finally in the soil.
So how long does it stay like this before you plant them?
No, a minimum of 24 hours, and then it can stay a maximum of 2 weeks when it is like this.
Okay, so how do you get this? Do you get it from the existing old pineapple plant?
Yes,
or
after harvesting,
yeah.
The mother plant, you call them the mother plant. After harvesting the fruits, when you decide to go for seed production inside of the second crop or the ratoon, you have to do the slashing to stimulate the seed to come. So the seed starts coming out. I can harvest one for you here. This is a seed. This is the mother plant. The mother plant is here. The fruit has been harvested and it's producing seed down here.
Okay.
So you just have to then
you just pull it.
Pull it carefully. That you then you put it. So that is the seed for you.
So what happens? Do you get rid of the old mother plant?
No, this mother plant can produce you, each plant on the average can produce you about 3 to 4 seeds after the fruit has been harvested. So they don't produce it at the same time. So you harvest the first batch, second batch with the good nutrition and then good rainfall. You can harvest it continuously for about 8 months.
8 months. Oh, okay. So how long has this one been there, like this particular mother plants? Yeah.
These fruits were harvested I think in May.
In May.
So it has been there in May. So let's say it has been there for about 5 months producing. So it can produce up to January or maybe February.
Then you get rid of them.
You can get rid of them.
Oh, okay.
Then they go and follow for about 2 years more. Then we start plowing and preparing land for the next planting.
For the next plant. Oh. So guys, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. And we are learning a lot from Seidu. So this is how it looks like when it's very young. How many weeks is this?
This should be about 10. This is about 8 weeks old.
8 weeks.
8 weeks plant. So it's left with 12 weeks for harvesting.
12 weeks. Okay. So what happens are there instances where after 12 weeks the fruit doesn't look too big, so you decide to wait a little longer, or whether it's big or small, you harvest?
They are maturity from the time of flower induction or forcing, depending on how you call it. You count about 20 weeks in our setting here is 20 weeks.
Okay.
Plus or minus 1 week for harvesting. So immediately you do the flower induction, you have to just check the success of the
fruit
of the induction.
Oh, okay.
Like,
when you say induction, what do you mean?
You have to synchronize the flowering. You know, pineapple, when you leave it, you don't synchronize the induction. They come one here, one there at their own time. So you just have to harvest one here, one there, and they can spend about 2 years. But you want the fruits at the same time. So you have to put some hormone, calcium carbide or ethylene gas or ethaphone to induce them at the same time, synchronize the induction to produce the flowers. So when you do the induction, you expect the flowers to come out after 6 weeks.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's like you are impregnating them. So you have to do the
pregnancy
test.
Oh, okay.
After 14 days, you do pregnancy test. So this is how the pregnancy test goes.
Okay, let's go and see how the pregnancy test goes.
After 14 days, when you induce them after 14 days, this is the pineapple coming.
Oh, okay.
So you cut. After 14 days, you see the sign whether it has responded to the synchronization or not.
Oh, okay.
You see? So this is the pineapple going.
Oh, okay.
That's the pineapple. So this one, actually, if it's in the soil, it will grow to become a pineapple like this.
Like this?
Like this. So after 14 days, you have to do the pregnancy test to check whether it has responded.
It looks like Seidu is very much interested in the pregnancy bit. So we are finally at my favorite part, where the fruit is fully grown, and right in front of me is one of the pineapple. Look at how beautiful it's looking. Is it ready? Can I pluck it?
Not that one.
Not this one. Okay, so see how I'm excited. I'm so excited. So we came late, so we didn't get the farmers harvesting. It's about 1 p.m. at the moment. So Seidu, can I follow you?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. Very curious.
This one has been prepared, it's right, it's going by air.
It's going by air?
You can see it is packed.
Yeah.
It has been selected to go by air.
Oh, this is very beautiful.
So this has been selected to go by air. You can see they've been packed. And the green ones will go by sea.
The what?
The green ones.
The green ones will go by sea.
Yes, it will go to the ship. So I can harvest one for you.
Yes. I want the ripe one.
You want the ripe one?
Yes.
Okay, so I harvest this one.
Yeah, harvest this one.
Okay. They are all rival.
Oh, right. This looks good. I'm super excited. I'm going to eat pineapple fresh from the farm. Yeah. So guys, this is official tasting of the fruit. I will be the only judge here to see if the fruit is sweet or not. This is good. I'm sure you're used to eating pineapple every time. So Seidu, I realize this particular fruit is yellow, but I'm used to seeing the whitish one. Why is it that?
It depends on the variety. The one you always see on the roadside is the sugarloaf. The sugarloaf by nature is whitish, and then it's a bit conical. So that's what locally they call it fanti. But this is MD2.
So this is officially MD2. MD2, that's why it's yellow, and it's very nice, very sweet. If I don't return home, just know I'm here at the farm eating pineapple. So I see that some of them look very ripe. That is like they are very yellow. Others too are green. Does it mean that the others are not ripe?
They are ripe.
They are all ripe.
One is specially treated. I told you this is for egg. We treated it separately to get the yellow color for egg.
Okay.
At the green. The others are treated to go by sea. You know, sea will normally take about 2 weeks to get to the destination, so you don't need it as well.
Okay, and it's because they are perishable goods, so you don't want them to get spoiled before getting to the destination. Yeah. So which countries do you export to?
France, we go Switzerland, we go Belgium, we go Netherlands, we go Lebanon, we go Morocco.
Oh, right. So if you are in this list of countries and you are enjoying pineapple, just know that some way, somehow, it's from this farm, because this is the biggest pineapple farm in Ghana. So guys, this is my first harvest and this is what I'm taking home. Do you want some? Come to the Milani farms for your share. So yeah, so far so good. It's been amazing. I hope you're also enjoying this video as much as I enjoyed the experience here with Seidu. Let me know if you have any other questions. Let me know in the comment section. I'm sure Seidu will see the comments and he'll respond to you too. So let's go to the next thing.
The good part about Milani Farms is that they created their own dam, which is the only source of water for the farm.
So we are currently done with the field things to see. I hope you're enjoying this video so far. So Seidu is currently taking me to the packaging area and we are going to see all the things that happen before it goes for export. Do you also sell to locals?
No.
You don't?
Only, yes.
Only exports?
For processing. Local companies that are doing processing for exports.
Okay.
Before the load will come, we fill this water with 15,000 liters.
Okay.
Water into the tea. And then we add 1.2 kilos of chlorine.
Of chlorine, okay.
Chlorine. As a disinfectant.
Entering, that's wash your hands. It's not to contaminate the fruits.
Right after washing, the pineapples are coated with wax which protects them from pathogens and prevents them from dehydration.
The parking area, we pack it according to the size. The lady over there, she packs size 8.
Okay.
That's the 8. When I say 8, it means that the 8 in the box.
Okay.
8 in the box. We pack it according to the weight.
Okay.
We have the weight. The 6 start from the 1.85 to 2 kilos. That one qualifies for the 6 in the box. Palletize it. We arrange it on the pallet nicely. There's the 7.
What happens here?
So this after packaging, this where you sprinkle it, you know, to prolong the shelf life of the fruit, you have to triple it to a very low temperature before. So pineapple is stored at 7.58 degrees Celsius temperature. Good.
So this is how the boxes look like. This is the one that goes by air, and this by sea. So guys, say thank you to Seidu for me. He took his time, took me everywhere, both the field and the production house and everything that happens here. So if you see him, please buy chocolates for him on my behalf, because he did.
The chocolate is already here.
He did an amazing job. Thank you so much. So if somebody needs advice on pineapple farming in Ghana, should they call you?
Yes, I'm always ready and willing.
Yeah, so I'll drop his contact. Call him and he's ready to give you the best of advice. But be ready to give him some coins, right? Don't less. So guys, thank you so much for watching. This brings us to the end of this video. I hope you were educated just as I was. This is my first experience here and it's been amazing. This video has been an enlightening video. It has taught me a lot. It has taught me how the fruit started. I mean, from the seedling right to production, right to exporting. And this particular farm here is mainly for exportation, both sea and by air. And so thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. I know you're always with me. You're always sticking around. I mean, I love you. Mwah. It is going to my house. Thank you so much, Seidu. You can't come to the farm without getting pineapples. Thank you so much.
Special announcement. This is the official launch of the Media Capacity Enhancement Program, and in subsequent presentations we will have the subcommittee chair and stakeholders give their solidarity messages. But before then, I would like to acknowledge some dignitaries who have joined us this afternoon. With us is the President of GJA, Mr. Afeomoni. We have the Vice President, Institute of Public Relations, Ghana, Mr. Henry Nidote. We have the Deputy Rector of GJA, Professor Opoku Mensah. Oh, okay. Sorry, we have the Deputy Rector of GIJ, Professor Opoku Mensah. And we have the President of Primpag, Mr. Edwin Arthur. And we have the Executive Secretary of GIBA, Ms. Gloria Haji. We have the Chief Director, Ministry of Information, Mrs. Mamle Andrews. We have the Head of Finance and Administration here at Ministry of Information, Mrs. Patricia Dovi-Simpson. We also have the Head of HR Shared Services at Multimedia Ghana Limited, Mr. Raymond Labi. And our very special guest who will make the substantive presentation, the committee chair who also doubles as the rector of the Ghana Institute of Journalism, Mr. Professor Kwame Kwansa Edu. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I invite Professor Kwame Nakwansa Edu for the substantive presentation, let me invite the Chief Director, our very beautiful Mrs. Mamle Andrews, to give us the welcome address.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable, thank you so much. I stand here on behalf of the Minister for Information, the Deputy Minister for Information, and the entire management of the Ministry of Information, and would like to say that the Media Capacity Enhancement Program is a media support program that was conceptualized by the Ministry of Information, and it is aimed at assisting the industry to continuously enhance the capacity of practicing journalists within the media landscape. The program has been designed to create a platform that seeks to bring together academia, civil society organizations in the media, as well as practicing journalists, to develop a curriculum that can assist practicing journalists to continuously enhance their capacity. The following partner institutions have worked hard to develop a curriculum after a needs assessment was taken on the media landscape. These are the National Media Commission, the Ghana Journalists Association, the Ghana Institute of Journalism, the Institute of Public Relations, the Private Newspaper Publishers Association of Ghana, the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, the School of Information and Communication Studies, University of Ghana, and so many other partners. The role of the ministry simply is to provide bursaries to participants from the media landscape who benefit from this capacity enhancement program annually. Under the program, a skills gap analysis has been conducted, a curriculum based on gaps has been identified, a faculty for training based on curriculum has also been identified and engaged, and they have been tasked to provide periodic training for media practitioners across the country. The role of the ministry is simple. We fully support the partners in the implementation of the Media Capacity Enhancement Program. Particularly, the ministry will focus its attention on raising funds for the implementation of this program. It will provide both technical support to the working committee and also coordinate the activities of the working committee. So that is the role of the ministry in partnering various key stakeholders within the media landscape to roll out this media capacity enhancement program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Mamle Andrews. Before I invite Professor Kwame Nakwansa Edu for the substantive presentation, permit me to acknowledge the implementing partners once again. We have the National Media Commission, NMC, the Ghana Journalists Association, GJA, Ghana Institute of Journalism, Institute of Public Relations, IPR, Private Newspapers Publishers Association of Ghana, PRIMPAG, Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, GIBA, and School of Information and Communication Studies of the University of Ghana. So I would now yield the podium to the committee chair, who also doubles as the rector of the Ghana Institute of Journalism, Professor Kwame Nakwansa Edu, for the substantive presentation.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Minister.
Our purpose this afternoon here, as she said, is to launch the Media Capacity Enhancement Program. A little bit of background. The growth in the media landscape has come with concerns of lowering professionalism and a concomitant increase in disregard for ethics. These have resulted in waning public trust and confidence in the media and press freedom. The situation is especially concerning because it has the potential to reverse years of progress in press freedom and erode public confidence in the media. Such developments will have a detrimental impact on the media's ability to effectively play their watchdog role and to help generate transformative change through facilitating access to appropriate and credible information. The increasing problems of the media has been attributed to the following factors in Ghana: general capacity gaps of the media, absence of a broadcasting law to regulate and sanitize the broadcasting sector, lack of transformation in media institutions, decline in reporting quality, low level of professionalism and inadequate training and competence gaps, lack of funding, lack of requisite resources, lack of training institutions, poor working and conducive conditions, inability to maintain quality and retain relevant people, and financial sustainability and viability of most media outlets. As you can see, these are quite hydra-headed issues that we have to deal with here. But the Media Capacity Enhancement Program seeks to tackle at least some of these concerns. So the objective of the program is to help position the media to effectively play their watchdog role in order to help consolidate our democracy for national development. Some of the specific objectives include the following: improvement in qualitative and effective reportage, increased professionalism in the conduct of both media personnel and media houses, awareness and increased desire and skills in how to hold duty bearers accountable, specialization in areas such as education, health, sports, etc., for deeper understanding and effectiveness. Now, the target beneficiaries. It is expected that the program will benefit a host of different people and groups. These include reporters, correspondents, commentators, producers, directors, social media executives, anchors, editors, program directors, production teams, video, motion, camera, sound, lights, technicians, etc., owners of media organizations, media critics, analysts, and civil society organizations. The understanding or the idea is that all of these individuals and groups have a significant part to play in getting the media to play its role in national development and nation building. The expected results are: we would expect that the following outputs and outcomes would be derived from implementing this initiative. 1, to provide continuous on-the-job training at regular intervals for over 900 members of the Ghana Journalists Association, Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, and private Primpack and other media practitioners to improve their skills. To support training targeted at content creation for media practitioners, provide a regular platform to support media introspection on subjects related to media management, corporate governance, and media business models. To encourage ethical journalism, and to support media practitioners to undertake specialized training in chosen fields. So on the basis of this, as Mrs. Mamley and you said, a curriculum has been put together through consultation. The Working Party consulted a number of interested parties and came up with a curriculum. And so for the first set of training, which is expected to run from Monday 6th December to Thursday 9th December, and Friday is for departure 10th, 2021, in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. We are expecting to have a cohort of about 60 media personnel drawn nationwide, and these will be trained on 6 topics proposed by the working committee after consultation. The idea is to have a first nationwide training program which draws from all the sectors of the country. Subsequently, next year, the expectation is that we will have at least 1 training program in each of the 4 sectors, designated sectors, and that would be limited to people, media personnel from each of those sectors. Hopefully, we're expecting that by the end of the year, we would have covered a significant proportion of media personnel in these areas. The topics that we have decided on for the first batch of training is media as a tool for socioeconomic development and nation building, ethics and the journalism mission, journalism, media personnel and the law, digital media and online journalism, impact journalism and investigative journalism. There are other specialized topic areas that were discussed and also suggested when we did our consultations. These have been earmarked for subsequent training, but in the first set of training, this is what we are looking at. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Kindly note that we are streaming live on our Ministry of Information Facebook handle, GTV, and also Joy News. So we will take solidarity messages from the working partners and from members of the working committee. But before then, we have a very short video that we would like to show briefly before we proceed.
Professor Kwame, Rector of the Ghana Institute of Journalism, and also chairing the Working Party of the Media Capacity Enhancement Program. The objective of the program is essentially to increase the knowledge base, skill sets, and also the qualitative output of all people that work within the media. Journalists, cameramen, editors, and a whole range of people that work within the media. The ultimate aim is actually to bring about a qualitative change for the better in terms of how the media can help national development and also nation building and socioeconomic development. This first edition of the training program, because it covers broad genres. The law is important to everybody working in the media space. The role of the media in socio-economic development is important to everybody in the media space. Ethics is absolutely important within the context of the media space. Investigative journalism is important. So all the topics, digital media, all the topics are important. And so everybody in that media space is invited to attend this program.
My name is Cecil Sunkwamils. I'm the president of the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association. The Media Capacity Enhancement Program, I think it's a great innovation and a great program. Considering where we are now in terms of governance, when we look at the landscape of the number of TV and radio stations that Ghana has now, 429 active radio stations and about 110 active TV stations. It's created a gap, and this program, we're happy to say, can actually help to close a lot of expectations of performance of the media and the gap between that and governance and bring it together. So We hope for the best, and we hope this will not be the first time we can have this program run in consequent years. Congratulations.
What an amazing time to be a journalist in this country, and indeed to be in the entire communication industry. And that's why we bring felicitations from the Ghana Institute of Public Relations, IPR, and we extend that to all our colleague journalists. We believe that the Media Capacity Enhancement Program is a wonderful initiative. It's going to position journalists well, allow them to be part of the accelerative change which is going on all around us, and be the real fourth estate that this country needs. And so the Institute of Public Relations Ghana would offer our hats off to the ministry and all the collaborators for making this possible. Indeed, whatever it takes to support this initiative would have our fullest backing. Thank you. Mauko Afajino is the name, President, Institute of Public Relations Ghana.
Hi, my name is David Tamaklu. I'm the Vice President of the Private Newspaper Publishers Association of Ghana, PRIMPAC. We at PRIMPAC believe that the Media Capacity Enhancement Program is a good initiative. We hope that many more of our members and journalists across the country benefit from this initiative. It is our belief that the program will enable more professionalism in our industry and make our members more independent in their deliveries as journalists.
We will now go for the solidarity messages, and we will start off from GIBA, Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association.
A very good afternoon, all protocols observed. Professionalism in media coupled with ethical journalism requires engaging the audience and keeping stories relevant to readers. Unbiased objective reporting helps strengthen the media and obtain the audience trust and help change their lives, paving the way for better community engagement. Ghana is not different from other countries in the world, faced with the phenomenon of a rapidly changing technological world. As broadcasters, GIBA puts a premium on effective communication skills, as our mandate is to educate and inform our audience, listeners and viewers together, while holding governments accountable to the people, and at the same time entertain them in such a manner as does not touch on the sensibilities, while being aware of possible cultural differences among people of varying demographics. We therefore are constantly finding avenues for capacity building for members. This being the case, GIBA readily accepted the mantle of joining the team in assisting the Honorable Minister to work towards the realization and actualization of this great initiative of capacity enhancement for the media. To be able to achieve effective communication, GIBA is of the belief that a good education in media ethics and communication skills cannot be overemphasized. We encourage all media persons to take advantage of this unique opportunity and help make it a great success in order to make the Ghanaian media landscape a model for all. We take the opportunity to congratulate the Honorable Minister and admire his tenacity to make sure that this program sees the light of day. Well done to the team who tirelessly assisted the Minister to get the program this far. GIBA wishes media persons all the best. Long live Ghana, long live GIBA, and God bless us all. Thank you.
So for those at home, kindly note that we are live on Joy News, GTV, and the Ministry of Information Facebook page. I will now call on the Ghana Journalists Association for their solidarity message.
Deputy Minister of Information, Chief Director, Minister of Information, Professor Kwamna Kwansa Edu, Rector GIJ, President of Printpack, and my junior brother, Vice President of Printpack, David Akin, President of GIBA, Cecil, who's warming up, colleagues, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today is the day the Lord has made. And we have every cause to rejoice and be glad that what seemed impossible or a distant dream has crystallized into reality. Indeed, our own minister and our flag bearer in government, Honorable Kojo Nkrumah, his deputy, Hajiya Fatima, Chief Director, Pat, our own sister, the intellectual force which produced a program will occupy a special place in history for coming out with a document, an initiative, which will go a long way to bring about qualitative improvement in the media landscape. The point can hardly be articulated that the media have a long way to go to meet standards, to shape up in response to the great complexities, challenges, and expectations of consumers of media content. So this program has come at the right time to fill the gaps and meet crucial needs in the media. Essentially, media organizations and umbrella bodies like DJ, GIBA, Printpack are supposed to regularly capacitate their members. But the reality is that such organizations are so financially disabled that they cannot undertake this professional exercise alone. GJ, for its part, has been knocking at doors and expending whatever we have to ensure that our members meet the expectations of media consuming public. But you and I can testify that we have done so much, but still there's so much to be done to meet the standards we all desire. It is said that perfection is a harsh taskmaster. So we are not expecting that after this program, or in the course of this program, everything will be perfect on the media landscape. But we are fundamentally hopeful and profoundly optimistic that this program will go a long way to reduce the professional sins and deodorize the professional stench in the media. God bless us all.
Thank you, Mr. President. We will now call on the Institute of Public Relations, Ghana, for their solidarity message.
Thank you very much, Deputy Minister of Information. So, it is said that three things principally make news: people, organizations, and issues. And for the Institute of Public Relations, being the chief architect of managing the image and reputation of people, organizations, and issues, we have a big stake in ensuring that this media capacity enhancement program will be successful, because the very reportage of journalists, or the issues that journalists bring about, are things that impact on the persons that we manage within our organizations, impact on our organizations as a whole, and also the issues that may be connected to our organizations. I've had the opportunity to see the content of the program, and we believe that it's been very well done to afford journalists the fundamentals of understanding the issues or the theories that underpin their professions, that can help them to weather the storm or navigate the difficult task of making editorial decisions on what to publish and when to publish. The Institute of Public Relations Ghana therefore fully commits to supporting the program, and we are available to offer resources as we may be able to ensure the success of the program. Investments in capacity building is very key. And some of our organizations, as well as the Institute itself, have been in the forefront in previous times in building the capacity of journalists. But we think that this being a coordinated program, it's a very worth-noted activity, and want to commend the Ministry of Information for putting this together, and we are fully supportive of the program. Thank you very much.
So I will now invite Prem Park for their solidarity message.
The Honorable Deputy Minister, Chief Director, Ministry of Information, my President, the GJA President, GIBA President, all other protocols observed. It is an honor to stand before this august audience to deliver this solidarity message on behalf of the Private Newspaper Publishers Association of Ghana. First of all, let me, on behalf of the Executive Committee, and in fact, the entire membership of PREMPAC, commend those who initiated this laudable capacity building project aimed at equipping Ghana's media practitioners with new skills and knowledge to promote our professional and career advancement. This is commendable in the sense that any profession that does not have ways of improving the knowledge and skills base of its members will soon find that profession fading away and losing its importance in the scheme of things, because it will surely be consumed by the ever-emerging changing trends in today's modern world. It is therefore obvious that through these various sessions of this laudable initiative, media practitioners will, in the coming days and months, recapture their pride of place and importance in society as members of the fourth estate of the realm, which we almost lost due to the lack of capacity building programs, lack of training, and refresher courses for our older folks and even practicing media professionals. To the Honorable Minister and your able team, we say kudos for this initiative. But going forward, PRIMPAC suggests that we should also look for ways of organizing training programs on some specialized areas of our national life, like economics, banking and finance, health, education, oil and gas, and the like. Because recent research has shown that lack of specialization in the media today is one of the factors responsible for low patronage of newspapers, especially private newspapers in this country. Honorable Deputy Minister, while reiterating PRIMPAC's commendation and gratitude for our inclusion in this laudable exercise, let me advise my colleagues in the media against needless sensationalism that have the potential of serving as a recipe for chaos in the country. And let us also practice our profession mindful of the need to abide by the ethics of our profession. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. President. We will now go to the Ghana Institute of Journalism for their message. Okay.
I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to say. No one said I was going to do this. I tried to push it onto my deputy and he resisted fiercely. But anyway, we have been, GIJ actually has been part of this conversation from the beginning. And from where we sit, we think this is an absolutely fantastic initiative. And what we find most exciting, also most appreciative of in this whole thing is the fact that even though it's a ministry initiative, all the work has been done by people outside of government just to ensure that there is absolute independence in this. And I think that the ministry must be commended for that. Everybody says, he who pays the piper calls the tune. On this occasion, we are glad to note that the ministry is trying to organize for the payment of the piper, but no calling of the tune at all. The decision has been made by the working committee, and this is a very good initiative. Ultimately, we all are aware that there are gaps in the media space, and that for the media to play its role of informing, educating, entertaining, a whole lot of things need to be done for us to bring the media to the level where they should be. And so this initiative, we can only say, is very much welcome. And we can also say that the opportunity to allow all interested parties to participate and to come up with something that the media finds worthwhile and worth engaging in is very much appreciated. The previous speaker,
My name is Elsie Lamar, your favorite host for Talkatainment on GhanaWeb TV. Join us on the 27th of November as we embark on the GhanaWeb Road Safety Walk, which starts from Presec, Legon at exactly 6 a.m. And then we will end at the Delish restaurants inside East Legon. Make sure you be a part of it and do not miss it. Stay safe and save lives.
The GhanaWeb Road Safety Walk is proudly sponsored by Somoko Ghana Limited, Verna Mineral Water and Delish Restaurant.
finance minister? Why is the finance minister? Honourable members, prayers. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favour upon this Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in thy sight. Give divine guidance to the President of the Republic, thou members of Parliament, the Ministers of State with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labours of government, this land and people may be well and truly served, and their good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. O God, grant us the vision of our country, fair as it might be, country of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, country of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away with, country of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service and honor shall be given to the deserving, country of peace, where government shall rest on the will of the people and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of Ghana and Africa. Amen. Honourable members, Correction of the votes and proceedings
of Friday, the 12th November 2021. Page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Yes, Honorable Member for Brekum East.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Speaker, I was here on the 12th.
It gives me great privilege to congratulate GhanaWeb on your 22nd anniversary. You have been a trailblazer in providing accurate and timely news, and we salute you on all your achievements and accomplishments. We wish you another 22 years of top-notch professional journalism. So congratulations once again, and keep up the good job.
He's one of Ghana's biggest exports globally. Talk of the biggest, and I mean he is the biggest. I do not even want to start counting the number of international collaborations he has had or awards he has won so far. Let me not spill too much about our special guest for today. Let's take this quick breather. When we come back, we have a surprise for you. This is Talk Entertainment on GhanaWeb TV, and this is yours truly, Elsie Lama. We'll be right back. Welcome back from that quick breather. You are watching Talk Entertainment on GhanaWeb TV, and we want to give a special thanks to Marriott Hotel for giving us this venue for this particular episode. And as usual, this show is proudly brought to you by Cheesy Pizza. Cheesy Pizza has all you want from juices, smoothies, jollof, fried rice, spaghetti and meatballs. We have great deals for you all week round. Cheesy Pizza gives you the McCheesy combo every Monday and Thursday. With only 49 cedis, you get one small pizza, fries, chicken, Coca-Cola at all branches. Tuesdays are Super Tuesdays at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Buy your Super Family Pizza at half price every Tuesday for 40 cedis at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Be a part of the Midweek Bonanza every Wednesday. Buy and get one free at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Also remember to start your weekend with special jollof and fried rice from Cheesy Pizza. Call 0264 133 397 0264 133 397 to place your order. Cheesy Pizza, your way. So yes, as I said in my intro, yes, we have here a special guest for today's edition of Talk Entertainment. We have here the only Wanga General, the living to the stone to the Stonebwoy.
We're outside.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too. How is it going? I know you're stressed with a lot of media tours here and there.
No, I'm not stressed.
Yeah.
I'm actually just working, and it's important. It's for the masses. It's for my fans. You know, we have a message for them, and with every given opportunity, I mean, I'm happy to engage with them. So.
But how are you toggling between things as a family man, as a student, with your music? How is it hard for you to toggle between those two things, like those stuff?
Yeah, life is a class. Life is a school, so we're all students of life, you know. So we have to learn by force. But actually, on a serious note, I mean, I think it's not, for me, it's not an extra. I don't know how people see it to be an extraordinary ability to be able to take care of family and to be able to double up with work, you know, and education as well. What would you be doing if not all these? What would you be doing? But I understand from where you're coming, like how it looks all, you know, cumbersome. Yeah. But we are managing. That's the reason why we have to plan things and pray to be able to execute the plans. So that's just how I'm managing. It's quite tough, honestly, it is, but it's supposed to be, you know.
But what was the inspiration behind you wanting to like go back to school?
I never left school because, like I began with, life, it's a class basically. So it's just you're either acquiring formal education or you're educating yourself informally. So, you know, that's it.
How did you come up with the title Greedy Man? Why Greedy Man?
Greedy Man is actually, yeah, like you said, the name of my latest song. This song is not one that is going to make you, this is going to make you think. This is going to educate you and open your eyes to some realities that we are facing as Ghanaians, you know. So that's what's in the content of the song. But the title Greedy Man, it shouldn't hit you at all. We're not insulting anybody. But what inspired that title is the fact that there are men, both men and women, who we are all supposed to, you know, help curtail these things. But there are people in positions, in places, who actually know but will not. These are the people that I refer to as greedy men. And it's a greed of men, basically, you know. So it couldn't get any better. Yeah. You know, to give it a title that will call for attention, or you want to probe into, okay, what is he talking about? Who are the greedy men? Why is he saying greedy men? So that's the kind of title that will call you to the conversation.
So a lot of people have come up to add their voice to the Galamsey fight. To some extent, they have tried but couldn't get nowhere. Don't you think that this whole thing, people might see it as a political threat to some extent?
No, there's no political threat in whatsoever. Simply put, this is an advocacy song. When you take a critical attention, when you pay critical attention to the lyrics, you know what I'm saying. When you pay attention to the video, you know what I'm saying. I am not, I repeat, fighting against anybody who is trying to get their hustle to live life. Listen to the song, check the lyrics, get back at me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and let's discuss. You will now get the understanding of what I'm saying. I'm only advocating and standing for the people and pushing so that the powers that be will be able to look at the people, fend for the people, and deliver what is deserved to the people.
I know at every point in time you are being driven by a particular thing to write a song, but when it came to this very Galamsey issue, is it the case that you were traveling and you saw the waters, or you saw something? What actually was the inspiration behind it?
The thing is, I honestly do not want it to go one way like it has always gone, because that way you have already said people have fought it. I would just beg everybody who cares to know to dig into the song, and check the things that I'm talking. I'm not only talking about Galamsey, I'm actually talking about mining. I'm actually talking about the rewards that we are supposed to get, like I said already, as people. I'm actually addressing a deeper concept. For the Galamsey bits that comes in there, I'm addressing the depth, why we need employment. That's why government has launched the initiative to alleviate poverty and then improve upon the living standards of those who have been affected in those communities by such practices. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's a deeper thought to this song. This song is not, listen to me well, this song is not a stop Galamsey kind of song. No. You get what I'm saying? This song is deeper than stopping it. This song is telling you what goes on. See? This song is demanding for a better living for people in those communities and demanding for the companies, whether legal or illegal, to do the right thing. You know, for me, I'm also coming from an advocacy perspective. But trust you me, in those documents, in those deeds, and in those memoranda or whatever they sign, you know, they know what to do to salvage the situation whilst we mine the earth for our minerals, for our use. You know?
If we want to go and talk about this Galamsey menace, we'll keep going over and over again, because believe you me, our leaders know the right thing to be done. And trust me when I say that some of these people are directly, indirectly responsible for some of these things. And that's another whole conversation on its own that would even want to
these are sensitive issues.
Yes.
But my song doesn't represent the troubles. My song actually is calling for attention onto these things, and actually is meant to push and aid, you know, people and those that are involved at top levels, at lower level, at middle levels, to be able to implement the right, not policies, the policies are there, to be able to implement the right actions, you know, to curb these things. That's what my song is standing for. Yeah, the talk is enough. Because irrespective, we need these minerals to survive.
Yeah, that's true.
So the things that are written down to salvage the situations is what I'm lauding my advocacy upon.
Yeah, that's right. Moving away from the Galamsey menace, you have been one of the people that have keenly fought for a better royalty system in Ghana. Personally, what exactly do you think that needs to be reformed in this sector?
I mean, the questions have been what I think. The reality is, what I think may matter, but it doesn't really go anywhere, because many of us have thoughts. And the truth is that they know what to do. I am not an occupant of such and such offices because they didn't also get up and occupy this position. So we should direct the questions to what is being done, how transparent is what is being done to the public, or to the users, or to the creators of such materials, which is creative materials. So we are also asking them what it could be, because the question I get a lot, which I'm very realistic about right now, is what do you think can be done? What do you think can be done? What I think is what I think. It doesn't hold water. But what the truth is and what should be done lies and sits in those piled up books and letters in those offices. So since it's a public office and we're supposed to be served, we want to also see what is being done, so we can add our voices to the right ones and help to take away the wrong ones and shift the dynamics to suit and serve people for the better at all at all these levels. So that's what I think.
Moving from that, there's this question I want to ask you. Should artists be culprits of publicity stunts? Do you think artists should be culprits?
It depends on the type, because you can act, all these movies, and then you act them, so you can put up an act, but it depends on what act you're putting up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You cannot put up reality, and we all know it's reality, and there's a name for everything. You can call it stunt, you can call it... I'm just being very honest and being general, because I don't know where you're driving at specifically, but on a general board, whatever we do or don't do, whether we put up stunts or not, we have to and are going to be responsible for those stunts that we put on, especially publicly.
So do you think it's in the right direction?
So if you're asking if we should be corporates, that means if we should be
held responsible.
Why can't you be held responsible? Why can't you be held responsible for putting up something you did? To be responsible for your deed is definitely like, it goes hand in hand. I don't like, if I sip this drink, I'm responsible for sipping it now. So you can't detach your responsibility from stunts that you pull out there, whether legal or illegal.
People say because people are artists, public figures and all of that, to some extent they should be spared.
Yeah, and I think realistically, to some extent, we all fall under the law. That's why there is a need for permissions. You know what I mean? If I'm going to put up a stand somewhere, because I respect the fact that we are working within a sovereign we're working within a law system, I would put out permissions and say, oh, just like we occupied this space, we didn't just walk in to come and sit here. Yeah. Our intent is good to film something for us, but we have had to ask permission. If all this is a stunt, at least we would have asked permission to put up the stunt.
Yeah. So what do you feel about the IGP and then his new way of doing things? He's on heat. And what do you think about that?
You said he's on heat. I'm not in his office. I don't occupy his, I'm not in his office, honestly speaking. And tell you what, from where I sit, a lot of people have the right to air their feelings and air their thinkings, whatever they think. For me, I think he's just doing his work. For, he's not behind anything. He's a boss sitting in an office. There are divisional commanders, right? You see, sometimes we have to be educated as people. There are divisional commanders to the last corporal who are supposed to do their work. So that's all I can say. People are doing the work.
Stonebwoy, your top 3 challenges so far?
I tell you what, I am used to challenges, and challenges are part of us. And challenges have to come, else we can't record progresses. You know what I mean? So this is not, fine, let me just keep it there. So basically, in this industry, there's a need for proper infrastructure. That's a challenge. 2, there's also a need for investment. That's a challenge. And 3, there's a need for a lot of education, public education, to understand what it is to have, or how we can use the creative arts to develop the nation. These 3.
Okay. What inspires your songwriting?
Life and events.
Travels?
Yeah, so life and events.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you write very good lyrics. At what point in time do you feel like, okay, this is the time that I need to release this song, there's the time I need to release that song? What inspires the timing of the songs you release?
The type of song actually has inspired the timing, because that's it. You cannot plant an apple in Africa, basically. So it's like, I don't know, but I just want to know that. I just want to try to explain how I release my song, the title, and what inspires it. Is the type of song inspires the time, and the timing inspires when to release the song. So everything is timing. So you have to actually calculate the timing, because it's real. There's no coincidence in this shit. You have to be head on and deliberate about every move.
Okay. Your dad preaches in church, to some extent, so you're also Fuba. Do you have any plans of becoming a pastor someday?
No, to be a pastor is very limited.
So
to be a Stonebwoy, it gives me a lot of room to operate. So there's a pastor inside of me. The pastor inside of me is like, there's a percentage of a pastor inside of me. There's a percentage of a lawyer, there's a percentage of a lawyer, there's a percentage of everything inside of me. Because I carry a message. So.
But how do you feel when churches sing your song? Like your songs are being sung in churches by the pastors themselves.
So then you can see there's a connect. People can relate to the message. Or ideally, ultimately, I'm a messenger. So I have the authority, by divine, to be able to speak to every and any situation with melodies. So once people can relate, it doesn't matter where you consume it. You can use it in churches, you can use it in your privacy. When you're and your girlfriend, you are there, and you can play it,
You have a tour coming up. Tell us about it.
Yo, big ups to every fan that have been, everybody who supported us, my loved ones and everybody. The tour coming up is the Angloga Junction UK tour, which was supposed to have come on a long time, but COVID, and then it's Comininis, they say. So finally we have a date, we have venues, we've been selling tickets from time. November 21st, 25th and 26th, we have London, Manchester and Birmingham respectively. You guys roll out, let's make this a successful one. UK, this November, I'm gonna be on my way. Big respect, Ghana, Africa, my fans across the globe. Make sure you guys log in. Get the tickets in my bios, on IG, on all online platforms. Let's roll out.
You have been nominated for the GhanaWeb Excellence Awards, which is coming up, Creative Arts. Yes, so want to ask your view, how do you feel about your nomination?
Yeah, add 15% shares of GhanaWeb as the result of my awards, because I will win. So when you win me, I don't need any money. Just give me shares, 15% shares inside GhanaWeb.
We'll speak to our people in the Netherlands.
As my award. I'm asking for, okay, 5. Okay, 15 is outrageous. 5% of shares, GhanaWeb, and I'll be happy to win this one.
What is your message to the voters? Yes.
Why do they have to decide? It can be biased.
No, you know.
Because if my fans are plenty than another guy's fans, they may just vote and then. So
but
you guys have to use your standards.
That category, you know.
Yeah, but you see me, I'm a realist and I'm fair. So you guys have to have a standard, which I believe that I'll qualify through it all. Anyway, involving the public is a good idea, but anyhow it goes, I'm a winner.
What has been your driving force in life, and what we should expect for you in the coming years?
Yeah, man, my driving force has been, the quest to live and make an impact, in all areas of life, personally and to the public. So, yeah, man, that has been my driving force, to leave a positive legacy. Yeah.
And also, we are embarking on a road safety campaign. We are 22 years old, and then we are doing a road safety
GhanaWeb?
campaign. Yes, GhanaWeb.
Wow.
We've been doing it
years, man.
Yes.
I was only 11 when you guys started. Mad.
So, want to ask, but you have been a survivor of road accidents. We want you to share a bit of your story and also tell us what drivers to do on their roads to curb road accidents.
Drivers know what to do on the roads. It's not me who's going to tell you. Drivers know what to do. Drive safely. You have the manuals before you go to driver's license. You know that you have to go through writing exams and all of that. So please, but most importantly, let's keep our cars checked regularly, because let's keep it checked. That's how we can avoid some other gorgeous accidents as well, because when your brakes fail, when something happens technically to your car or mechanically to your car, I think that goes beyond your knowledge. You might not be able to pick it up immediately, but you can curb it, check for your tires, your brakes, your oils, your steering, all that one. Make sure there's periodic check. That's it. And keep the road safety signs. Keep the road safety procedures, as well. That's it. But in Ghana as well, we hardly have pedestrian, demarcations, and we hardly have riders as well. So, my brother and my sisters out there, we just have to use our mind to continue to be calculating, because sometimes the traffic lights don't work too, and if they do work, we don't obey them too. We are all victims, we are all part of the system. So, December is in a corner. I need all of us to be alive. Aside the many other things that take our lives, one major factor in Ghana is road accident, which I am a victim of, and I know a lot of people are suffering from that as well. Let's just take precaution, especially the drivers. You know what to do. Don't drink and drive. All these things. Don't be too confident in overspeed. All these ones, my youth. We know already. It's the implementation that's the issue. It's not what to do.
Before we move, Jah give me money.
Yeah, make food full of from my plate. Anger no go kill us, never, never. Jah give me money, poverty stay far away. Stay far away, far away. This year I go buy mansion. Look fresh, more fashion. Turn up the swag with. What did I say again? Holy lyrics thing, man. You mean?
What did you say that? What did you say?
I'm like, what did I say again? I've forgotten that line.
Turn up the what?
Yeah. Okay. What did I say? Turn up the thing with more. Turn up the swag with more fashion. Something like that.
Yeah.
Go check the lyrics. You know that we write plenty songs. You know, it's like that. Your lecture said if you come, you don't know what to go teach. You know, be me. I for always remember my lyrics.
Okay, we are done. Final words to your fans that we.
Yeah, man. Big respect, love, and manners, and honor to everybody who has been a part of the journey from time. Longevity is key, you know, and let us all continue to grow together. I think in Ghana, when you grow past a certain level, they're like, yeah, where we are. But I'm sorry to say, yeah, because a we are better. So let's continue to support our artists. Let us learn to actually, for no reason, love one another, and especially in the creative arts, because we tend to actually, you know, have a softer spot for foreigners. When I say we, I mean we are all involved. So this is my own. I love you guys so much. God bless you guys. Keep supporting the movement. The new song is Our Greedy Men, a song that speaks on a very sensitive issue. Let us all add our voices, you know, and I just want to repeat, it is not about Galamsey, it is about everything. When you take the lyrics from the first 4 lines, I was able to capture almost everything that I would talk about extensively over there. So let's keep it up. God bless you guys. One love. December is in the corner. Make sure
December, Christmas.
Save your monies for Beam concert. It's coming. Ooh. I want to break the ice over here. 21st of December. It's not usual. You know, come on, it's Tuesday, 21st of December. The season is hot at the Grand Arena Conference Center. I'm breaking the ice over here so you guys can run with it. We're ready and ready. It's going to be crazy. There are international artists built on there. You know how I do the Beam concert or how we do the Beam concert. This year is going to be elevation upon elevation. I love you guys. I go by the name Stonebwoy. You know the thing going on, more fire, yeah?
So Cheesy Pizza says I should give this to you, to Jade Janam and CJ.
We are grateful, man. Thank you for the pizza.
Yeah, so finally we have come to an end of another interesting episode of Talk Entertainment on GhanaWeb TV. We want to give a special thanks to Marriott Hotel for giving us this venue for this particular episode. And as usual, this show is proudly brought to you by Cheesy Pizza. Cheesy Pizza has all you want from juices, smoothies, jollof, fried rice, spaghetti and meatballs. We have great deals for you all week round. Cheesy Pizza gives you the McCheesy combo every Monday and Thursday. With only 49 cedis, you get 1 small pizza, fries, chicken, Coca-Cola at all branches. Tuesdays are Super Tuesdays at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Buy your Super Family Pizza at half price every Tuesday for 40 cedis at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Be a part of the Midweek Bonanza every Wednesday. Buy and get 1 free at all Cheesy Pizza branches. Also remember to start your weekend with special jollof and fried rice from Cheesy Pizza. Call 0264 133 397 0264 133 397 to place your order. Cheesy Pizza, your way. We hope to come your way another time. Till then, stay safe and do the right thing. We are out.
Continue thriving and obviously achieve higher, and everybody knows that even though I'm not working with them again, but my personal relationship with the owner and many of the management and the staff it is where my heart is. So I wish them very well, but I'm sure that even without wishes, they will still do very well.
My name is Elsie Lamar, your favorite host for Talk Attainments on GhanaWeb TV. Join us on the 27th of November as we embark on the GhanaWeb Road Safety Walk, which starts from Presec Legon at exactly 6 a.m. And then we will end at the Delish restaurants inside East Legon. Make sure you be a part of it and do not miss it. Stay safe and save lives.
The GhanaWeb Road Safety Walk is proudly sponsored by Somoko Ghana Limited, Verna Mineral Water and Delish Restaurant. We've got a question for you this week. What if God does not change a condition? Well, that's a question that was asked of our guest for this week's edition of the Untold when she went to her pastor to speak about her child who has Down syndrome. And we're here to speak with Agnes Teiko Nyemite. Her story is right here behind these gates, and we are glad that you can join us this week. My name is Echi Atizu. Come along. Hello, Auntie Agi.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope you're well.
Yes, I'm well.
Wonderful. It's good to be in your home this morning.
Well, welcome.
Ah, Toda! How are you? Wonderful. Today I'm in your house. Today I'm in your house. Are you off to school? You don't go to school this morning?
I'll go.
What? Are you sure? Yes. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you very much, Auntie Agi. The third of 6 children born to her parents, Agnes Teiko Nyemite starts her story by sharing her fears about not getting an education.
I was born in Tema, but I grew up with my auntie at Koforidua, where I had all my education to the secondary school. I started school at 8 years. It's interesting. Thinking back, I thought I couldn't have education, but thanks be to God, at 8 I started school, but I went through to the secondary school through a common entrance examination. I came back to live with my parents in Tema, where I went to the Social Advance Institute to pursue a course in secretariatship because my late mom wanted me to be a secretary. Thanks to Auntie Phyllis, late Auntie Phyllis. My mom will watch her, see her dress up for work, and she appealed to my mother so much, so my mother wanted me to be like her. So she asked Auntie Phyllis what she does at PZ Cousins, and then she said she's a secretary. So my mother told me, I want you to be a secretary like Auntie Phyllis. So throughout my secondary school, I wanted to be a secretary because my mother wanted me to. So after secondary school, she made sure I pursued her dreams for me to be a secretary. So I went to the Social Advance Institute and I passed out as a secretary. I've been working as a secretary till date, thanks to my mother, who had a vision for me I didn't have myself.
Getting married at the age of 29, she remembers how she was under pressure to give birth while still single because many thought she was getting old.
I got married rather late. I was 29. I remember when I gave birth to my son, my mother was so happy, and then she expressed that people were not going to worry her again. Mini be obi on my for, no be obi for, as we say in our local language. And my mother was so happy that finally at 29 years, I had a son. My mother said that she always tells them that my daughter is not married. Why are you expecting her to have a child? Because in the neighborhood where we live, they give birth like that. So they thought I should do same. But thanks to God, I gave birth to Kobe, my son, when I was 29.
While still married, she unfortunately had to play a single mother role after her husband went away forever without notice. Her mother's last words would also come to make sense to her after a few years.
My husband then traveled out to the US when Kobe was 2.5 years and did not return. To date, he has not returned from the US. So I had to single-handedly take care of my son. So date, he's 28 years now. So I waited for him. He wasn't coming. I remember the last words of my mother to me. It was a Wednesday. And then she said to me, Teko, you have to get divorced from your husband because he will do you no good. I did not understand my mother then. And my mother had gone to tell my Auntie Rose, that she should make sure that she gets a divorce from my husband for me because she thinks that this man was wasting my time. And lo and behold, my mother got sick that Wednesday evening and then she died on a Friday. A little bit emotional, I'm sorry. And that was the last words of my mother. She wanted me to get a divorce from my husband because he was not going to do me any good. So I did.
Toda. Well, that's the name of a second child, and that name means praise. Here is how Toda's father and the circumstances under which she was born all come in.
I met Toda's father. We talked about marriage and then we got married. He also came from the US. So we got married. And so this man would not let me have peace and wanted me to give him a child. So I prayed, I resorted to prayer. I prayed. And then I had been to the Winners Church, their Bible school. So it was every December they go to Nigeria. Shiloh, they call it Shiloh in Nigeria, with the Winners Church and David Oyadipo's church, Bishop. So after the Bible school with them, I traveled with them to Nigeria. And the purpose of that trip was to pray to God to give me a child. Because my husband was not giving me any peace. He wanted me to give him a child. So I traveled with the Winners Church to Nigeria to pray to God for a child. I remember one time when I was in Nigeria, he spoke to me on phone. And then he started it again. When are you going to give me a child? Blah, 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 blah. There was a woman standing by me and there was tears in my eyes. And the woman said, "It's your husband, eh? What does he want?" And the woman is from Trinidad. She has also traveled from Trinidad to Nigeria for the program. I wondered how she got to know, how she knew that it was my husband who was talking to me. I said, "Don't mind him. You just focus on why you came here and pray. Don't mind him." So I took her advice and then I focused on my prayer. I prayed. They asked us to write a prayer request in a bowl. Bishop David himself and all the bishops there pray on it for us. Every request we put in that bowl, and then I came back. A few months after I came back, he also came from the US. And then I got pregnant. I was so happy. I'm pregnant. God has answered my prayer. And when I got pregnant, he had to go back, so he went back.
A doctor delivered the news to Toda's mother that she would immediately reject because all she saw in her daughter was a beautiful girl.
It was a difficult pregnancy because my son was 18 years then. It is a long while, and so it was difficult. The doctors has also told me that there were fibroids in my womb which are fighting with pace with my baby. So anytime my baby wants to turn, it's so difficult because the space for her to turn is not enough. So that wasn't turning when it was full term. So the doctors had asked me to come for a cesarean because her head was still up. So the time was due for me to go.
For service, and honor shall be given to the deserving. A country of peace, where government shall rest on the will of the people and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people, that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of Ghana and Africa. Amen. Honorable members, I'm reliably informed that all communications from His Excellency the President has already been delivered by my able deputy speakers. And so we'll move on to item 3 on the order paper. That is formal communication by the Speaker. I just want to, on behalf of leadership, thank all of you, honorable members, together with the distinguished personalities at the public gallery who are here, I'm sure, to have a personal feel of the presentation of the budget. The pre-sitting meeting, which we usually refer to as conclave, has really taken a longer time than anticipated. Clearly, I'm sure many of you were a bit worried about the delay, and you are right to do so. It's because the leadership of the House, together with my good self, have grave differences with the Ministry of Finance. And so we had to discuss those issues. And I want to assure you, your leadership are on top of these matters. And so we decided, as representatives of the sovereign people of Ghana, His Excellency represents the state. We represent the people. And so the presentation will be done today. As we go along, we believe that there will be enough time for the differences to be ironed out smoothly for the interest of everybody in this country. And so I thank you for your patience. We are grateful for your endurance, and we assure you that the leadership have taken serious note of all the concerns you've expressed, and as we go along, the solutions will be forthcoming. With this, I thank you once again, and we move on to item 4, which is correction of votes and proceedings and official report. And well, the chief advisor on procedural matters to the Speaker, that is the clerk himself, have kindly drawn my attention to the success story of the Speaker's Breakfast Forum, which took place yesterday at Kumasi. I think today is what? Today is Wednesday. Oh, I'm yesterday's man. Yes, Monday. I think it was well organized. Civil society presence was impressive. The contributions were excellent, quality, and I think that we are all guided by the outcome of that breakfast meeting. And I want to take this opportunity to thank leadership, and more importantly, His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II for hosting the breakfast meeting and for all the largesse he put at our disposal. We were comfortably hosted by him, and it's something that I think we should continue to do. We cannot keep on always holding this only in Accra. You know, Accra is not Ghana, it's part of Ghana. And so the next one will not be hosted in Accra again. And it will not be hosted in Kumasi. I have that discretion. I will decide where it will be hosted. So I thank leaders. They did so well in spite of the fact that they just landed after a long trip to represent the country. They were all present and they contributed to the discussions. So once again, on behalf of the House, you are all welcome, and I thank you for attending. Correction of votes and proceedings. And we'll look at the votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 16th November 2021. Page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9.
Yes, Honorable Member.
Right, Honorable Speaker, on page number 9, item 6, 230, the last sentence, associated to, I think the most appropriate proposition should be associated with. That is more commonly used as compared to 2. Thank you.
You said page 9, item 6?
230.
230.
The last sentence, associated to, should be associated with. That is more appropriate. Thank you.
when the English master speak, you may be right, but this is not the formulation of the table office. That was a question that was admitted and asked on the floor. And it was so couched, and therefore just taken by the table office as such. So they cannot amend what was admitted, asked and answered on the floor. That's why they repeated it. But we'll take note of your concern. Page 10, still page 9, yes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Still at page 9, Right Honourable, the first item, numbered II, the correction that I effected yesterday has not been accurately captured. Apart from deleting Thursday, I indicated that the date for COP26 was wrong and that it should be 31st October to 30th November for the COP26 conference. So if it can be corrected accordingly, Mr. Speaker.
Well, we have taken note of your concern, but what they simply did was to capture the date on the statement. It could be wrong, stated there, but they just repeated what was on the statement delivered by the member. Well, we've taken note of your concern. Yes, Honourable.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, let me turn you back to page 7. I noticed that my name has been omitted as being present, and it has been stated at page 8, number 46, as me being absent
at yesterday's sitting. Yesterday I was present. Table office, kindly take note. Page 10. Yes, Honourable.
Mr. Speaker, on page 10, number 8, the Honourable Member for Nshaisu, Dr. Stephen Amu, I think Nshaisu. Is that the correct spelling, Mr. Speaker?
What is wrong with Nshaisu?
Mr. Speaker, I've been properly guided by my colleagues that it's supposed to be spelled out.
Yes, Minority Leader. Speaker, just traveling between page 10 and page 11 was another significant matter of a committee that we resolved that I had raised a matter of Article 1876 of the Constitution of having a committee to look at post-public accounts committee reports and the consequential actions. The leader of government business then referred to Article 1844, same matter with foreign exchange receipts, and the resolution was that we would have a committee as soon as practicable to look into those outstanding matters. I thought that it should have been captured between page 10 and 11, especially after the committee that was indicated that by Thursday, 18 November 2021 should be put in place. The leader of government business assured that this committee will be in place before the end of this meeting. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, in addition to the Honourable Minority Leader's concern, there were two questions that the House had to defer. The one from the transport minister, for the transport minister, which he requested another date, the pro-east question. And then the other question from the Honorable Patrick Boama, which he made an application to the Speaker that he had stepped down for further consultation with the Attorney General. I thought that, Mr. Speaker, that should be captured to reflect a comprehensive account of what happened yesterday.
Yes, Honorable.
Right Honorable Speaker, on page 8, pardon me for taking you back, my name has been captured as being absent, but I was present yesterday. Thank you. Then, number 31. Yes.
Yes, table office kindly take note of all the concerns that have been raised. But may I advise members that when we go beyond a page and you later discover some corrections we made, please kindly approach the table office. You don't take us back. Page 11. Yes, Honorable.
Right, Honorable. The second paragraph of item number 9 at page 11, the Honorable Second Deputy Speaker accordingly withdrew the referral. It should be from the Committee on Roads and Transport and not to.
I have my doubts about this proposed correction because I think the way it's captured is rather correct. The referral was to the Committee on Roads and Transport. So it is withdrawing the referral to the committee. It is not withdrawing the referral from the committee. So I'll plead with you that we maintain what is on the other paper. Page 12. Page 13. Yes, honorable member for, is it Kwadaso, right?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
That Speaker, this is a minor controversial issue on Roman numeral III and IV. For consistency's sake, there should be a comma after December 2017. Consistency's sake. Thank you.
Well, noted. Noted. Page 13. Page 14. Yes, please.
Honorable Speaker, I would like to seek your guidance. I'm seeing on item 1 under opening, programs, English spelling. Then you come to page 15, program, American spelling. I want to seek your guidance on whether we are using American English or British or both in this house.
Honorable member, so far as Ghana is concerned, we are using both. That's what I read from all the submissions, whether in form of memos or even in the literature. You can see that we are using both the American and the Queen's English. And so I don't know whether we can correct these things now. It will be difficult. It's only that we will not permit the use of Ghanaian English. Page 15. Page 16. Yes, please.
Right, Honourable Speaker, at page 16, the last item is without a number. Ms. Paula Samziri. She should have been labeled as item 24. So you notice, Mr. Speaker, that that has affected the entire numbering on the next page, at page 17. So instead of 33 people attending upon the committee, we have 32 because of that omission at page 16.
Yes, table of office, kindly take note. Yes, Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, item numbered 23, Roman numeral XVIII, Mr. Franklin Soa. His designation is Director, Sales and Marketing, but the sales is without an S.
Sorry, I didn't get the number.
XVIII, Mr. Franklin Soa, Director, Sales and Marketing. That should be Sales and Marketing.
Table office.
And
take note. Yes.
Miss Paula Samziri. The name is Paula Samziri. S-A-N, not S-A-M. It's been captured as S-A-M-Z-I-R-I. It is S-A-N. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thanks for the correction. Table office, take note. Page 17. Yes.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Page 16. I think there was just an omission. XV, Mr. Alfred Kumson. XVI, no name. So they just have to push up and then leave the rest behind. Right Honourable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity.
That's a critical what is exciting members? Push up. Push up. No, she said it should be pushed down. She didn't say push up. Yes, honourable members, page 17. Yes, honourable member for Kwadaso.
Mr. Speaker, on Roman numeral XXIV, Mr. Alex Bannerman, Deputy Executive Secretary, National Media Commission. If it is a Mr. Alexander Nee Bannerman that I know, then the Bannerman, you have to check the spelling. It's supposed to be B-A-N-N-E-R-M-A-N. But it is spelled B-A-N-N-A-M-A-N. So we have to check the spelling and reconcile.
Well, table office, kindly cross-check and do the right thing. The names are differently spelled, so he might be using A. But we all know Bannerman is usual with E-R. So please cross-check before you do the correction. With this, honorable members, the votes and proceedings of the 13th sitting of the third meeting held on Tuesday, 16 November 2021, as corrected, are adopted as a true record of proceedings. I have with me a number of official reports. There are about 5. We'll quickly go through them, and then we can move on to the business of the day. Actually, I have many copies of one. There are rather 3. We'll start with Friday, 16th July 2021. Any corrections? If there are no corrections, honorable members, the official report of Friday, 16 July 2021 is hereby adopted as a true record of proceedings. We now move to Wednesday, 21st July 2021. Any corrections? Yes, honorable member. Yes, please.
Right, Honourable Speaker, this is a very important one because it's your address, your famous "the honeymoon is over" speech. And the Speaker, at column 006, the second paragraph, the line number 12, you clearly must have said detracts. It detracts from our integrity and the seriousness that the public expect to see, not distracts, so detracts. Mr. Speaker, the third paragraph at column 007, you clearly must have been indicating that you have served notice to leadership to devise measures. That's the 5th line of the 3rd paragraph of column 007. Devise, not diverse. And at column 009, Mr. Speaker, the 1st paragraph, your quotation has been wrongly captured. Clothing is a form of self-expression. They are hints about who you are in what you are. They are. So if that quotation can be corrected accordingly, since this is Mr. Speaker's address. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, a table office kindly take note and make the necessary corrections. Any further corrections? Honorable members, in the absence of any further corrections, the official report of Wednesday, 21st July 2021 is hereby adopted as a true record of proceedings. The last one is Wednesday, 27th October 2021. Any corrections? Yes.
I'm grateful, right, Mr. Speaker. At column 23, the 4th line, Mr. Speaker, it should be institutions. The next paragraph, the 4th line, the construction ought to be looked at. It should be changed and not how it has been captured. The Ghana School of Law has also not been captured accurately. The last line of the 2nd paragraph. At column 24 as well, circumstances. The Hansa department will have to look at that. And then the 3rd paragraph at column 25, members of parliament, not members of parliament as in plural. That will have to be cleaned up. Mr. Speaker, finally at column 42, the last paragraph, the Indian Parliament should be captured accurately. Thank you very much.
Table office, I hope you'll be following. And if you have any difficulty, you can cross-check from the member and do the right thing. Any further corrections? Honorable members, in the absence of any further corrections, the official report of Wednesday, 27th October 2021 is hereby adopted as a true record of proceedings. We will move straight on now to the commencement of public business. That is item 6. We will not take item 5. We go to item 6, and that is presentation of papers. The following papers to be presented. 6A by the Minister for Finance, Roman 1. Table office.
Annual report on the petroleum funds for the 2021 fiscal year.
Honorable members, the report is accordingly laid and referred to the Committee on, I think, Mines and Energy for consideration and report to the House. 6A Roman 2 by the Minister for Finance. Yes, Manuel Leader. Speaker, your referral of the annual report of the petroleum funds. Ideally, the Committee on Finance must be one. Appropriately, the referral should go to the Committee of Finance. But if you so wish that it should go to a joint committee, Mr. Speaker, we can respect it, because it's on the utilization of the petroleum funds for the 2021 fiscal year. With respect, Mr. Speaker. Well, that's why I raised the issue, and I was expecting input from the leaders. And since we're not responding, I decided to do the referral. And so we will refer to both. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's just to draw the House's attention to the fact that that for the previous year has just been laid by the Finance Committee. It has to do with the management of the funds rather than petroleum matters. So traditionally, it has been a referral to the Finance Committee.
The point you people are raising is that it should still be referred to only the Committee on Finance. You are not interested in the joints. Actually, I'm not one of those who believe in the statement that this is how it's always done. No. They are conformed to transform. And they are conformed because that's how it's always done. If that is how it's always done, you always reap the same results. We want to move forward. We want to develop. So please, we are looking at the best way of doing it. But if it is a case that the House wants us to still continue with that, because it's usually well done, why not? Yes.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I guess you are just arriving at the point I wanted to make. It's the precedence itself. But most of the items that will be referred to the Finance Committee relate to some sector. So as soon as we get into the business of joining them, we're going to have almost every referral to the Finance Committee.
No, not necessarily. Don't go there. Not necessarily. You know, this is a very critical sector of the economy. This is a very critical sector of the economy, petroleum. And we have a committee overseeing that sector. And now we're dealing with management of the funds. And that management is always referred to the Finance Committee. And so just saying that that other committee should be part of it, a joint committee, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Yes. Mr. Speaker, I made reference to the papers to be presented by the Minister for Finance. The annual report on the petroleum funds for the 2021 fiscal year. We are now in November, so it is not possible for the Minister to submit a report covering the entire year. So it should be clearer that he can specify the period for this particular report. If it is from January to June, they should state it. But so we are not 1 and 2. Honorable Member, we are not debating the report yet. The report is now being presented to us. When you go to the report, you find the details. And if there's an issue to raise on that, you raise it in the report to the House. But now it's just presentation. Honorable Members, that is still what is referred to the committee to deliberate on, including the caption. You can't disagree with me on this matter. Whatever is laid here and referred to the committee is subject to the consideration of the committee. And if you see anything wrong, even with the caption, you have the right, including the left, to put it in your report. Honorable Members, the reports are accordingly referred to the Joint Committees of Finance and Mines and Energy. The second one, which deals with the collection and utilization of the African Union Import Levy for the year 2021 fiscal year, I think the proper committee referred it to be the Finance Committee. So it's accordingly referred to the Finance Committee. That is Roman 6A, item 6A, Roman 2. Now, item 7, motion that this honorable House approves the budget statement and economic policy of the government for the year ending 31st December 2021. Minister for Finance. 2022, sorry. Please, honorable members, let's listen to the minister with rapt attention. Our constituents are watching and listening to us.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members of Parliament, on the authority of His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, I beg to move that this august House approves the financial policy of the Government of Ghana for the year ending 31st December 2022. On the authority of His Excellency the President, and in accordance with Articles 179 and 180 of the 1992 Constitution, I present to this House the budget of the President of the Republic of Ghana for the 2022 financial year. I also do submit to this House the following statutory reports. 1, the 2021 annual report on the petroleum funds, in accordance with Section 48 of the Petroleum Revenue Management Act 2011, Act 815, as amended, and the 2021 report on the utilization of the African Union levies in accordance with Section 7 of the African Union Import Levies Act 2017, Act 952. Mr. Speaker, this statement is an abridged version of the budget statement and economic policy of the Government of Ghana for the 2022 financial year. I therefore request that the entire budget statement and economic policy of the Government of Ghana for the 2022 financial year be captured in the Hansard. Mr. Speaker, I would also like to take this opportunity to thank you and members of the House for prayers accorded me and citizens of the country during my COVID recuperation. Mr. Speaker, exactly 1 year, 8 months, and 5 days today, Ghana confirmed its first case of COVID-19. Since then, efforts to contain the virus and its impact on our lives have dominated the actions of government. Not only here in Ghana, but across the globe. The COVID-19 pandemic, which has swept through the world, has upended and exposed the weaknesses in some of the critical structures and systems in education, health, economic life, communities, and everyday family life. The pandemic triggered a sharp and heavy slump in global supply chains as the lockdowns and restrictions led to reductions in demand and production levels. The pickup in demand for goods this year has also created a new inflationary problem with a consequential rise in the cost of shipping, disruption of the global supply chain, and exacerbated by increase in world fuel prices. Mr. Speaker, the spiraling costs of shipping have hit businesses hard, particularly small and medium-scale enterprises. SMEs have had to struggle with economic fallout from the pandemic, and furthermore, they are now being forced to cope with the rising cost of shipping. This is making the lives of traders and consumers very difficult. The hardship Ghanaians have experienced due to COVID-19 is not lost on the government. We have been there with the people, playing the difficult but necessary balancing act of managing an economy put under extreme distress by the pandemic, and at the same time supporting households and businesses to cope. Our response to COVID-19 thus far has earned domestic and worldwide acclaim, as our President and his fellow Ghanaians will attest to. Mr. Speaker, it has not been easy, and I know that from personal experience. The government has tried its best to save lives and cushion the impact on Ghanaians. It has been tough, but we thank God for His grace and mercy towards us. We empathize with families who lost loved ones during the pandemic, private school teachers who lost income for 12 months, business owners who lost earnings, the thousands of hospitality and tourism sector workers who were laid off, the slump in businesses built around our traditional and other social events, the jobless young people whose strenuous efforts to find work have been further compromised by the pandemic, and the impact on our mental health and well-being, which has also been profound. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency the President has asked me to deliver a special message to our fellow Ghanaians. He says to thank you, the Ghanaian people, for your resilience. To thank you for keeping faith with him and responding to all the measures that were needed to contain the spread of the virus. He wants to assure you that together we are fighting this, and we are fighting this to win together. Mr. Speaker, at the beginning of the pandemic, both the immediate as well as persistent health of the pandemic, was bold, decisive, and compassionate, but also costly. Responsible government, allied to the concerns of the people, we have had no choice but to implement critical interventions to take lives and jobs, including feeding nearly 2.8 million people with hot meals. We also collaborated with our faith-based organizations to provide 470,000 families with food packages. Mr. Speaker, to mitigate the health impacts of the pandemic, the government also employed additional 38,000 nurses. Tax exemptions worth 36.8 million Ghana cedis were also granted to our frontline staff, while 10.1 million and 4.78 million households were provided with free water and electricity, respectively. To facilitate the mass reopening of schools, government provided 11 million students and staff with essential supplies such as face masks, paper towels, liquid soap, and sanitizers, all at great cost. Cooked meals were also provided to final year GHS students in both public and private schools. Mr. Speaker, these have been expensive, but we knew that the cost of doing nothing and disrupting the education of our children for an entire academic year would have been even greater. I'm proud to announce that not a single Ghanaian public sector worker was laid off as a result of the impact of the pandemic on our public finances, and we have managed to pay them monthly, and we are grateful to the unions for their cooperation in this regard. Under the Coronavirus Alleviation Program Business Support Scheme, CAPVAX, Ghana Enterprises Agency provided 302,000 successful applicants across various sectors and regions with loans amounting to 523.11 million Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, we also ensured payments of our obligations to contractors and provided payroll support to some state-owned enterprises to guarantee jobs. Thankfully, our President led and acted decisively and wisely, and his leadership paved the way for many other countries in Africa and beyond. Mr. Speaker, let me assure the House that we are working hard to get back quickly to the pre-pandemic fiscal and debt trajectory. The fiscal policies implemented to provide relief during the pandemic has led to an increase in total public debt. The situation was made worse by the big drop in revenue collections last year. Total revenues in 2020 fell by 11.93 billion, equivalent to 3.1% of GDP, while total expenditures increased by 14.08 billion, equivalent to 3.7% of GDP. As a result, a budget deficit of 11.7% of GDP was recorded against a target of 4.7% of GDP, including the financial sector and energy sector related expenditure. The budget deficit was 15.0% of GDP. GDP growth also dropped to 0.4% compared to a projected growth rate of 6.8% before the pandemic. This growth, however, compares favorably with the sub-Saharan African average of negative 1.7%. Speaker, Mr. Speaker,
Honorable
we
members,
are under no illusion.
just a minute. The first Deputy Speaker to take the chair.
Beg your pardon? I continue. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are under no illusion as to the economic challenges facing our country today, how to ease the suffering of Ghanaians, transform the economy, how to ease the suffering of Ghanaians, transform the economy to create jobs, and share the expected wealth across all households, such as providing security and education, and would keep the President awake at night. How to broaden the revenue base, keep a grip on expenditure, protect the public purse, and at the same time build with urgency the needed infrastructure, collecting revenue, managing our debt and expenditure commitments, and paying the bills to stimulate economic activity are the orders he has given to us, his ministers, and other appointees to carry out over the next 3 years. Mr. Speaker, we know we can get the job done. It is well known that prior to the pandemic, we had stabilized and turned around the economy between January and March 2020. We had been able to reverse the worrying economic trends we inherited and place the country on a path of fiscal sustainability and growth. We doubled the economic growth rate from 3.4 percentage points to an average of 7% between the period. It is undisputed, Mr. Speaker, that we brought down the fiscal below the 5% threshold. We improved our gross international reserves from 4.9 billion to 9.9 billion, 4.7 months of imports. We provided free SHS for 1.2 million Ghanaian students. We provided free hot meals for 3.4 million public pupils in basic schools. We supported 1.9 million farmers with improved seedlings and fertilizers through our Planting for Food and Jobs program. We provided temporary employment to 100,000 of young people through the NAPCO program. We abolished several Newton taxes. We set the nation on its biggest private sector-owned industrialization program in the history of Ghana with the 1D1F program, and we registered the biggest foreign exchange. Earnings from tourists during our historic 2019 year of return program. By March 2020, Mr. Speaker, our first quarter macro fiscal indicators reflected the turnaround we had accomplished over the 3.5 years. Indeed, we had just experienced an oversubscription of our 3 billion bond issuance and set a record of the longest sovereign Africa bond of 41 years on the international capital markets as a result of strong investor confidence. Mr. Speaker, then COVID struck. This derailed our transformation agenda and eroded the program we had attained the previous year. The focus on the 2021 budget statement and policy presented on 12 March 2021 was therefore anchored on debt sustainability and consolidation while providing some fiscal. We set out to complete ongoing programs and projects, consolidate the gains from the recovery efforts, and continue our agenda towards the revitalization and transformation of the economy. Today, 17th November 2021, I'm here on behalf of His Excellency the President to provide this august House with an update on progress we have made towards post-pandemic economic recovery following the confidence Ghanaians repose in him with a renewed mandate on 7 December 2020. I'll also share with you the plan to get us back to pre-pandemic macro stability and growth levels. More importantly, Mr. Speaker, I'll share the President's strategy to improve the living standards of Ghanaians and address the central challenge that confronts us today, unemployment. Mr. Speaker, we have no doubt in our capacity as a government to turn things around. We turned around the economic crisis we inherited in 2017. We are turning around the economic crisis. We are turning around the economic crisis the pandemic brought in 2020. The challenge is on, and we are determined to prevail. And with the people behind us and the Almighty on our side, we know we shall prevail. The budget is intentional about building a sustainable entrepreneurial nation through fiscal consolidation and job creation. This may be an uncomfortable transition, but we are people who think deeply. We must progress and become a people who also make things happen for ourselves and the world. We must embrace this challenge, Mr. Speaker, of becoming a vibrant entrepreneurial nation. Mr. Speaker, data on the performance of the economy as at end September 2021 indicate that the implementation of the 2021 budget is largely on track. Provisional GDP data released by the Ghana Statistical Service in September 2021 indicate that overall real GDP grew by 3.1%